Well, welcome everyone to the Be Encouraged Show with Frank
and Lisa.
We are so glad to have you here today. Our platform is about encouragement, but what sets us apart is how we harness this for your benefit. We provide a stage not just to share your story, but to amplify your business and brand. Right, Lisa?
Yep.
What's the real power?
Us. No. Encouragement and hope, of course.
We have an extensive network that we are reaching a lot of people, 45 to 50 potential reach every week, and having a great time doing that in Colorado Springs and beyond.
That was 45,000, by the way. You said 45.
Yeah. Did I?
Yes.
Well, thanks for correcting.
I remember back when we were just at 45.
I know.
But now we're like, you don't remember that?
I don't remember a little bit. Yeah.
Now we're in the thousands.
Now we're in the thousands.
Excited.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. Introduce us, Lisa.
All right. So first, let me just do a quick shout out for our sponsors. Today's episode is brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Joshua Aguirre, and his company, Crescio, offer pay what you can consultations to underprivileged entrepreneurs in Colorado Springs, and they teach people how to leverage ChatGPT for their business.
I want to emphasize that for a moment. Did you hear what Lisa said? Pay what you can consultations he's offering, because he has such an incredible heart to make sure that businesses succeed in this community. Yeah. Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Indeed.
So visit them at Crescio.com to learn more. And also, I have a question. Do you want to get more leads for your business? Yeah. Obviously, right? Okay. So go ahead and visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out there to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. So like and follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, also on Instagram. We're at Frank and Lisa #7 on Instagram. We're doing our lives. Had an amazing one already this morning, another one tomorrow at 11 a.m. So check us out, because we're all about extending hope and encouragement throughout the world and helping people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement.
Indeed we are. Now, I met this young man. We have an incredible group of humans here today to extend hope and encouragement with. And I say young because I'm older than you, right? So Erik and I had the privilege of speaking at a networking group together on the same. You were there.
Where?
What do you say? Oh,
where?
Falcon.
Which one?
In Falcon.
Oh, in the Falcon. Oh, yes! That's right. I knew I saw you there. I was like, yes, you nailed it that morning.
Yeah, I took his breath away. He was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, we were like, boom, mic drop. He was like, why'd you guys bring me in after
that?
I loved your message.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Yeah.
And he's Erik Newsholme.
Correct.
He is 59 and married for 30 years to Beverly. Wow. They have 2 dogs, and he owned and operated Erik the Blade Sharpener. Should I say sharpener?
Sharpener.
Sharpener, mobile professional sharpening service with over 30 years experience serving commercial and residential clients. He's 2021 men's overall winner, 2nd overall, oldest person to be on the overall podium, and the only person from Colorado Springs area to finish the Race Across America bicycle race, the world's toughest bicycle race. Yeah, he's pretty proud. Yeah.
Couldn't be me. That's awesome job.
We'll be at the end.
Yeah.
Cheer you up.
You the man.
Yeah.
We can sign off now.
Yeah.
Now, to my left is Abigail Lucas. She's the mom of boys. How many?
2.
2 boys.
That's plenty.
Yeah. That's a lot.
She's a West Pointer, Mountaineer, and Air Force wife, all wrapped up in Chef Abigail Lucas. As the founder of COS Eats LLC, Abigail shares a lifelong passion for the culinary arts. She's an award-winning media celebrated chef on a mission to teach everyone how to make flavorful dishes more easily on weeknights. Her recipes and techniques in class have set her apart as one of the city's most beloved culinary instructors.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Isn't that amazing? I have to my left as well Amber Brewood. She's an accomplished professional with a strong background in business management and a keen interest in transitioning into human resources. All of you businesses out there that need a strong HR human, here we go. Amber Brewood is ready. She graduated summa cum laude with her bachelor's program in business management, earning a perfect 4.0 GPA. Previously, Amber served as the head of quality control of a small business where she honed her leadership and organizational skills and is in a master's program right now. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you.
And also, we have the amazing one, my dear friend, the incredible human. Yeah, so I'm just saying.
For the two of you who may not know her.
Yeah, the two of you that don't know Lauren Clayton.
Let's go.
She's the co-owner and founder of Clarity for Your Chaos. It is a homemade business committed to providing judgment-free professional organizational services. Even as a child, she had a passion for the art of organization and is used as a tool to manage her own ADHD diagnosis since 2007. And she is also the founder of the Robin Hood Project, which we are going to unwrap in this show today as well. So, Lisa, what do you think?
I'm impressed.
Is
Wow.
that an incredible group?
Yeah. Incredible lineup.
Yeah, we could just walk out and let them roll.
Yeah.
But we won't. We could, but we won't.
Yeah.
So, Erik, you are a panel host today. Thank you very much for being that for us. I told you I would reach out, didn't I?
Thank you. Yes, sir. You did.
I
Appreciate
did.
it.
Yeah, we're so glad to have you here. So, give us a summary of who is Erik Newsholme.
Erik is 59, like I said, in the bio, married for over 30 years to my wife Beverly, whom we met while on vacation, separate vacations in Daytona. And we were pen pals to each other way back in the day before computers existed, so we actually still have the letters.
Is that like middle school?
Just about. We moved into the Springs area in 2016.
From
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I lived there most of my life. She lived in North Carolina.
My home state.
Yes, yes. And
So you pick them good.
we got tired of the, yeah, the Carolina people are good.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Nice southern woman.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then we got tired of the 7 million people in the Atlanta, Georgia area.
Yeah.
And we've come out to Colorado several times, winter and summer. Liked it out here, so we packed up like the Clampets. Didn't know anybody, no family, no friends, no jobs, no nothing, and just came out.
Just came out 2016.
2016, November 2016, and then I had done the Race Across America bicycle race twice, 2015, 2016. I had done one of those life epiphany awakenings at 48, January 21 of 2014, where I said life is not good. I'm tired of all the negative goo. I'm tired of being a miserable person that people call the bear, and decided to be a more positive person, and decided that day to take on the toughest bicycle race in the world at age 50 at the Race Across America bicycle race. And I did in 2015. It didn't work out. 2016 when I went back, still didn't work out. And at that, we had already made plans to come out here and moved out here. I crewed the race again with a friend in 2017. She was successful, and she got in the horn and said, let's talk about you going back to finish this ring. I was supposed to do the race in 2020, but that little bug that went around the world shut it down. And then the backyard market in Black Forest started up 10 minutes from the house. The first thing we could do. And I said to my wife, let's go. Let's see, garden community. I went, saw beautiful produce, beautiful organization, even though it's already COVID. And I went to the management. I said, there's no reason in the world for these people to come buy this fresh produce and take it home and butcher with their dull knives. And the next week I was a vendor at the market, bringing my professional sharpening services to the people because there's not that many outlets there. And I'm one of the original vendors of the market, now in business here for 5 years, a total of over 30 years of sharpening experience. And it's expanded into something pretty beautiful.
I don't know anyone else in our community that's a sharper.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I'm sharp, but not a sharpener.
Now I'm a sharpener.
All right,
Yeah.
that's a world of difference, isn't it?
Slightly.
So, do you like to do knife throwing and all that?
No, I just sharpen them.
Okay.
I just sharpen
I'm
them.
just curious.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's another skill
I
set.
don't know if we want you throwing knives, brother.
Although I have a buddy who does the whole knife throwing stuff, and he uses the duller ones or the better ones, actually.
For that particular
Yes,
genre,
for that
yes.
sport.
But
Mhm.
as Chef Abigail, who uses my service, can tell you, the sharper the knife, the better and safer. it is.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed.
Yep.
Well, what a great segue.
Yes.
This Chef
Chef
Abigail. Give me a bone.
We come as a parent.
Oh,
Yeah.
as long as your spouses are cool, we're good with that.
Yeah.
Strictly professional,
Yeah.
strictly professional.
Chef, it just seems like, I don't know about you, Lisa, but it seems like a different path, West Point to cooking.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
So it wasn't really West Point to cooking. Cooking was always the constant.
Always.
Is that your love?
Cooking has always been my love. I could spend every day in the kitchen all day. I grew up in a family of boys. I was the only girl in 4 generations. And so I started cooking at around 5. And from there, I just learned over time. I studied through America's Test Kitchen, through Cooks Illustrated. I've studied part-time at Le Cordon Bleu. And it's always been, let me fit it in when I can, between the Army and being a mom and a whole corporate career that I had in risk and healthcare. And then finally one day I just woke up and said, you know what? Corporate thing is killing me. I was having emergency kidney surgery, not to be a little too TMI, and I was watching the dissolution of a company from a terrible case of chaos and just bad billing, and I had unfolded all of that for them as their global chief of risk, and it was not going to work out. And so I just said, you know what? I need to follow my passion. I'm 40 years old. I've always loved this. I've always done it. I've always studied it. I've always taught people what I know, and I wanted to make people more prolific cooks at home with a practical approach to cooking.
Why did you take the detour in the first place, since this was always such an incredible love? You're obviously brilliant, you know. Now, come on.
I don't know. You don't know my class right now, to be honest.
But really, you know, getting into a military academy or West Point, it takes you had to have some great grades coming out of school and et cetera. So but it felt like a detour to me. Why did you go that direction in the corporate world instead of just diving into this love?
I think for free-range children of the 80s.
Free
so
range.
There was still that familial responsibility and tradition.
Yes.
So, and I wanted to honor that.
Yeah.
I truly wanted to honor that. So I was the 5th consecutive generation in my family to pin on the exact same gold bars.
Are you serious?
And my family also had a tradition of being enlisted before you become an officer. So I also did that during high school. So I was in the National Guard in California. And so I was just following the family path because I'm a family full of soldiers in service and serving your community.
Thank you all.
Thank you. And thank you. And so I think for me it was a very natural course. It wasn't a departure at all.
Okay.
It was something I always wanted to do. I am the only West Pointer in my family, which I think is really important since I'm also the only girl.
Yes.
So it's, carrying that legacy forward for my family was very important to me. But when that journey was truncated by injuries, then it was, what do I do with myself? And at
What
that point, I should have
nationality are
chosen.
you?
European, so I'm French, Scottish, and English, and French,
French,
Scottish, and
Scottish.
Greek.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to pull out, because there's a tradition of cooking in some.
In all of my cultures, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
My maiden name is D'Autremont et Duguin, so it's actually very French. So
Say it
I also
again?
grew up D'Autremont et Duguin.
Nice.
You're in France, right?
Yes.
It's 4 words. It's long.
Yeah.
I was called LTD the whole time I was in the army.
Oh my gosh.
Just 1 letter. You get 1 letter. So yeah. So that was, I think it was the corporate career that was the real departure. I probably should have chosen culinary then. But I don't like to look backwards. So
Yeah.
I continued
Absolutely.
learning while
Yeah.
I was in corporate. And
How long
now
did you
I
spend
give
in
away-
corporate?
15 years.
15 years in
15
corporate.
years in total.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's your specialty dish that you love to make, like your signature?
If we're talking about ease, because the whole point of teaching for me is to give away all the knowledge that I have.
Well,
So,
like what do your friends and family know you for? Like
honey garlic tomatoes.
Ooh,
It's like a creamy honey garlic tomato, but then I'm also
Is that
becoming more
baked?
known for it. Yes, it's roasted.
Roasted.
But nowadays I'm trying to teach more home style Greek because that's something you don't get in a restaurant
yes, I
here.
love Mediterranean.
And people love Greek food, and then there's all these secret recipes that we have that we keep in our culture that are made at home that are not in a restaurant, that are very healthy and very tasty.
Where do you get your olives from?
I usually import them, so I love Castelvetrano Spanish olives. I love cold pressed Greek olive oil, and then Kalamata is a staple in Greek cooking.
Yes.
So yeah, but I mean you can import a lot of things nowadays off Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes, you
They've
can.
made that real easy for everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for being with us and sharing a little bit of the background of you in your space. Amber, I met you, I just reached out to you because of the name of the business that you used to work for. I found it was, yeah, that was mine. It was, yeah. What do you think it was?
I was like, I just need help. I just get it.
Yeah, I saw the business that you used to work for, and give us a little bit of who is Amber Greenwood?
Let's see. It all started. No, just kidding. I won't go so far back to the womb, but
Your parents are thanking you.
I know, right. They're like, please never know, please never know. I am a single mom, so my kids are the most important thing. I have a 21-year-old, I want to say boy, but he's not a boy anymore, he's a man. And he is in college right now. And then I have a daughter who is 12, and they are amazing. Oh, I love my kiddos so much.
What parent doesn't say that?
Yeah.
So true,
I
so
know,
true.
right? I
Yeah.
never said it. People
Really?
say, yeah. People say, oh, tell me about your kids. I said, oh, they're kids. They're
But
good
there's any other kids in the
sometimes.
world.
Sometimes they're not, right?
Yeah.
They're
That
kids.
is true. That is true.
They're
I know
human.
somebody else
They're
somewhere.
little humans growing up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because my identity wasn't attached to them. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to make myself feel like
Yeah,
that what you were gonna think of me was about how my kids were.
Yeah.
that's
And too
true.
many people do that.
Yeah.
It's just like they're lying about their kids. They're kids.
Yeah.
They're jacking it
Mine
up
are amazing. I
sometimes.
can't lie about that. But, so, getting that out of the way. I am a mom. I love it. I work in children's ministry, or I did work in children's ministry for 12 years at church. Although, once I started the master's program, I told them I had to take a little hiatus because
Yeah.
it was a lot. It was just a lot. But,
Yeah. Why are you targeting HR? Was it something that you were wanting to do all along?
I have. So it all started when I was just finishing up my bachelor's degree, And I was in the car with my son, we were going to church, and he was talking about how bad the HR department was at his job. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, I bet I could make that better. Like, I bet I could make employees' experiences better, because I really feel like HR is the heartbeat of a company.
Should be.
It should be.
Unfortunately.
It should be.
But it's more like
Sometimes
the
it's
principal's
not.
office.
Yeah, most of the time it's got, the beat down, but
Yeah.
not no heart, right?
Exactly.
Good. I was like, I bet I could make that better. I was like, you know what? I just felt like God was calling me in that direction. I could feel the pull in that direction. And so when I was going through school, that was like my main focus. I want to be in human resources. And unfortunately, with the position that I was in quality control, that company just did not have any room for anybody in human resources. COVID kind of really hit hard in that company, and so they're kind of just going a different direction. But yeah, so I feel called to it, and that's when I started my master's. I was like, this is where I want to go.
Right.
It's not an easy profession. You have to stay reading all the time. The laws change all the time. I love HR as well. I mean, I grew up in corporate America, but I would geek out with all the HR directors, and I love it. Yeah.
And I love learning. I mean, obviously, I love learning.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever stop learning.
Well, you're helping a lot of people. That's what it is. So that says you have a huge heart.
Yeah.
Because you're wanting to change.
And
that
she's
environment.
single.
Yes.
I'm telling you guys, she's single.
She's gorgeous.
She is.
She's got great hair.
All you do is just, my email is frank@beencouraged.net. I will hook you up. All right.
We should get a commission for all the hookups.
Someone told me I needed to be a matchmaker.
Yeah.
Speaking of matchmaking, Lauren, give us a little bit of Lauren Clayton history.
Okay, so a little history about me is that I grew up in Colorado Springs. My dad was serving at the Air Force Academy, and my mom had a very specific neurological disorder. It basically, she ended up with a tumor, and we had to remove that part of her brain that regulated anxiety. So growing up in an environment where somebody self-soothed, particularly when it came to items, in order to create security, I learned how to manage my own ADHD diagnosis along with an extraordinarily cluttered space. Luckily, my family had access to insurance through the military, and I got all kinds of help through, mental health, especially in the 90s when it was really taboo. But in our case, it was a physical issue, so therefore we abated a lot of the shame that came with that in the 90s. With that, I've noticed throughout my own journey, I've utilized my ADHD and all of these tips and tricks that I've collected over the course of 30 odd years to help other people who have ADHD, autism, things along those lines, create spaces that serve them. So at the end of the day, I want this space to work for you, not for Martha Stewart. She's a felon. Let's keep things in.
Oh my God.
So if that's the expectation, how many of us have the Martha Stewart effect in our own homes? We got to bring that down, friends. Right? So we work in shame reduction with humor. Right? But let's keep things in perspective as to how this space is constantly flowing for you. So I built this company that really has flourished. We have 7 team members. We can help you with almost anything from organizing to handyman to cleaning to IT solutions, business solutions. We're a one-stop reset shop, not only for ADHD, autism, grief homes, depression homes, things like that. Well, because of this need that I would have from my clients who had all these extra items, because with ADHD, if you put it away, you don't remember where it is, you have 17 cheese graters. Okay, no big deal. Well, what do we do with the other, let's even call it 14, right? I mean, they do different things.
All different shapes and sizes.
But if they do the same thing, what can we do with these items that are bogging our clients down? Well, since the conception of my business 4 or 5 years ago, I've been literally Robin Hooding them throughout the community. And I will get a little bit verklempt when I talk about this because it's my passion point. So we've created something called the Robin Hood Revolution. And what this does is it creates access to our services for people who can't afford them. It will create workshops for us to be able to teach throughout the community for people who just need some help learning how. It will give us the opportunity to Robin Hood significantly more and more intentionally. And when I say Robin Hood, I find refugee families. I, at one point, was homeless, and you know what it's like to go from a tent to nothing, you know, and then to have like this structure, but you can't make yourself dinner because you don't actually have the pans to make yourself dinner, and your paycheck barely covers your living space. So how do we get people out of this cycle of poverty? Within that cycle of poverty, we give back.
Love that.
Robin Hooding, with consent.
Yes.
That's where he.
And not turning into Martha Stewart.
Yeah, and not turning
As a
into Martha
felon.
Stewart. I mean, like, so that's what we've been doing, is creating this Robin Hood initiative to help provide services on a sliding scale, to help provide pro bono services for people who could really use a reset to set their lives up for success, to create workshops so this information is more accessible through all of the community, especially people that struggle with any kind of neurospiciness. And then we also get the opportunity to be even more intentional with our give back programs and where we take these items and who we bless. Because in the end, who could you bless with your
With your
mess?
mess.
I love that. Neurospiciness. That is so good. I need to steal that.
She made it up.
Neurospiciness.
No question.
Now she's gonna go back.
She's never heard of
We
it.
were all here.
Right.
I mean, wow.
You heard it here first.
Yes. That's our Lauren.
I love Lauren.
Never know what's gonna
Yes.
So good. Yes, yes. You know, Eric, tell us, my friend, within the last year, what have been some of the challenges for you in business?
Actually, it's the culmination of 5 years of hard work, whereas now it's really coming to where I thought it would go. I'd never worked farmers market before. My experience was restaurants. I cut my teeth sharpening for restaurants, and that's where most sharpeners go. When I did the farmers market here, my dad started a business long ago. In the 50s, he remembered the neighborhood sharpener who can come run neighborhoods and sharpen the right stuff. They were called moletas, and they were actually
So it's a legacy business.
Yes, the second generation. He started it in the mid-'80s, and he could always sharpen a knife, and he got tired of working for corporate America and started his own gig. And I was just kind of lost in whatever, so I picked it up. And we started with little mom and pops, and then it slowly grew because there's not a lot of sharpeners, and if you have a quality product, it's going to get around. And so we ended up being the sharpener for roughly 400 restaurants.
This is back in Atlanta.
Back in Atlanta.
Yeah.
A couple of well-known top chefs, Richard Blaze and Mr. Gillespie. Okay. Alton Brown was one of the early customers. The Ritz-Carlton, the St. Regis Hotel, the East Lake Country Club.
Name dropping.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah.
So everything from very top-end chefs to mom and pops and everything in between. So I cut my teeth, no pun intended, on some of the best knives in the world.
Wow.
And then when we moved here, I was kind of lost a little bit, didn't know what to do. I had just finished off, close to the end of the race across America, 180 miles from the finish, and didn't quite make it because of different things. And then again, the market, which is 10 minutes from the house, community, neighborhood, something I really didn't have growing up. And I was like, we're new to the community area, so let's go. And I was just so taken aback by everything there. I planted my own flag and started small. Okay, and then it's grown into, now we do 5 farmers markets a week. I'm the only sharpener that shows up to a farmers market south of Denver. a lot of the restaurants are taken care of by big giant companies. I mean, there's a company that I went head to head against. They have 100,000 restaurants across the country, and they're one of the original Italian families that got here in 1905.
Wow.
100,000.
100,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my service is more personal based.
Yeah.
And it's more of a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's not a one-time thing, both for I do have commercial customers, but for the residential people who, right now, there's an increase, thanks to people like Chef Abigail teaching the basics. There is a move in the country to cook at home.
Yes.
There is.
Okay, there is a humongous move in the country to cook at home, but when they try to, so because of the TV shows, because of the cooking shows, because of influencers, stuff like that, people want to do it at home. They want to cook at home, okay? They go through all the motions. They get the recipes. They see all that kind of stuff. And then it comes down to brass tacks where they actually have to start prepping. And then they bring out their knives.
Yep.
And it is a horror story. Okay, and so
let me stop you there a little bit though, Eric, because I'm still kind of circling back to my original premise here.
sure.
What is there any challenge that you've dealt with in the last year trying to up level or create the space?
Getting the word out that I'm out there.
There we go.
Getting the word out that I'm out there.
Yeah,
That's
because this is what, it's creating value for you here today, or at least this is what drives us
right.
to have you guys on. The word out, and is it just Erik the Sharpener?
Erik the Blade Sharpener.
The Blade Sharpener.
Yes.
Okay.
So
remember that's ERIK.
correct.
By the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you will come to people's homes.
If they have enough stuff, I do have a mobile service.
What's enough stuff?
Like within 10 miles of my house, it's $70 worth of sharpening, avoid the service call fee. So I bring my mobile sharpening shop to them conveniently. They're in the comfort of their own home.
Yeah.
I come into the kitchen. I can consult with them about their knives, their kitchen makeup, how things going on in there. With an extensive knowledge of over 30 years of doing this, I've seen things that work, things that don't work, things that get people in trouble, things that happen to knives that shouldn't be done with knives. I spent a lot of time
And some
repairing stuff.
opportunities to help people from a safety standpoint.
The number one portion.
Right.
So as a
I
sharp,
sliced my thumb in half trying to carve a pumpkin. Like, it was really stupid, but yeah, I did it. And
so as a sharpener, the three things that I tell people I do, I don't even talk about sharpening. The first one is safety. The second one is I save people money. And the third one is I save people time.
Love
I
it.
love those touch points.
Love it.
Right? There we go.
The kicker is I make lives better one blade at a time.
There we go. And a great tagline, just to throw that in.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Right. Indeed. Chef, same question to you. I think what is this, your second, third year of business, or?
Second, third month.
Oh, we're really new. Oh, this
Brand
is
new.
fun.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Okay.
Congratulations.
This is perfect timing. I'm so glad you're on our show.
Oh, wow.
This is great.
I
Yeah.
have taught in other very popular kitchens in town. So it's not my first rodeo, it's just my first time as my own small business owner.
Small business.
Owning my own kitchen, teaching under my terms, what I teach and things like that.
Are you mobile? Is that your model? What's your
yes.
model?
Yes, we are.
So that's why we come as a pair to a lot of these things.
Oh.
So I have a brick and mortar. I teach out of the Hive Kitchen Market, which is a beautiful community
Where's
of
that?
it's over in Delmonico Square off of Woodland.
Oh, in my part of town.
Perfect.
I live in Rockridge.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's your part of town. So we do classes there. You know, you can sign up for classes. It's all over the website, and what type of classes I roll them out every 3 months. But the reason why we come as a pair is often because he's very generous to bring me along to whatever he's been invited to. But I approached him when I was starting my own teaching kitchen because I became known for teaching knife skills in another kitchen and the simple techniques, the 3 hand holds that you need, things like that. But I felt like when I was building my own class and portfolio, I really wanted to level up to have an on-site sharpener. So I said, if you'll come, I'll have everyone bring their knives to class, and then while they're learning how to use those knives with my teaching kitchen knives, they're getting their own knives sharpened by you. And he does a beautiful intro too. Gives great handout, maintenance, safety, what to look for when you're buying it. So that's why so I'm somewhat mobile.
I love that collaboration. Let's go.
And
Yes.
it's really worked great because then the back end of that, so when you asked about mobility, is we also do these knife sharpening culinary experiences in your home. So you invite a bunch of your friends, they bring their knives, he does his same intro just like we would do in class, and then I teach you how to make a dinner that you have chosen from my 200 plus recipe portfolio. I teach you how to make that while he's got your knives and all your friends' knives outside of his mobile unit. So it is also mobile.
So what are you finding in the first couple of months of doing business? What's the biggest challenge for you?
He hates it when I say this. He hates it when I say this. So you know there's that line of people who had cell phones in high school and then the people who had them in college. We call us exennials. I struggle with social media. I struggle to be cool. Like I'm an in-person kind of person. I love teaching. I love having that aha moment. I love people walking out and being like, oh, I learned so many things and recipes and I have all this food and I'm gonna go home and practice. I have a hard time translating that on Instagram and Facebook and then getting the followers.
Most people have a hard time.
And I don't know what's gonna go viral.
We're really good at that.
And I mean, that's why I'm
We
here.
geek out on it all.
Anytime he says we're going here, and I'm like, yep, I'll be there.
But there are certain places in town that you need to be at too, and
Yes.
presenting this space.
Yes.
You know, we love
Yeah.
to talk to you about that, and because it doesn't matter how well you do what you do, right, Lauren? If no one knows you're doing it.
Right.
And that's the problem,
That's the
right?
biggest thing.
That's the
Yeah.
biggest deal. And most small businesses don't have thousands of dollars to throw behind big marketing programs.
Exactly.
Right? So, yeah,
Kitchen equipment is expensive.
it is expensive.
yeah.
But I am, to that point, I am signing up for Taste of Pikes Peak.
Good.
Because with the Hive Kitchen Market, I wanna do demos and.
That would be great. Yeah.
You guys have cards, by the way?
Yes.
That you can
Yes.
leave
Yeah,
with
you
us?
need to
Yes.
leave
Yeah.
those.
Okay,
with us.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Miss Brewood, I know that you're kind of the miss now since we're trying to get you hooked up here.
Yeah.
Look at me closely here, guys.
I'll be back there too.
No big
She might not want them. I do.
Well, she told me that, cause I had
Oh,
to
she
go
did?
along with
Okay.
this young lady. This is why I'm pressing.
Okay.
I'm a
Wait,
dad.
Alright.
what did
I'm
I
a
say?
dad.
I know you're a
I'm a
dad.
dad of girls,
Oh,
right?
Wait, what now?
Clarify
I think I'm missing everything here.
No, you're not missing it.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you feel is challenging this year for you? I want you to do 3 things for me right now. We're gonna start this right now, then we're gonna come to you, Lauren, on this because it's important. What challenges are you facing? Since you don't own a business, you don't wanna give your number out to these students, do you? I got it.
There's a
So
lot of
you know.
crazies out
Don't
there.
worry, I got it.
Crazy.
Yeah, so.
I love it.
What do you feel is challenging right now?
What I feel is most challenging for me at this very season in my life is trying to, well, I'm trying to get somewhere and it's difficult because all of the contacts that I have for business are basically like in California or in Kansas because I worked remote for 8 years. So I was like, I am not a part of my community. Like, I don't feel like I'm a part of my community. And we do church and I have church community, I get that. And
In the business community, you
Yeah.
might know.
well, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna let us help you get known?
Yeah,
Yes,
you need to have
please.
fun with this too.
Right,
Okay.
so, I get all these accolades, like, you're such a great worker, you're so honest, you treat, company money and company stuff as your own, like, you're so responsible with it, but no one here knows that,
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
In this
Around
town
here.
especially.
Exactly, so.
And we make no apologies for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Leave
you
it
should,
down.
make sure that you're hiring someone who is, who will work well with your company culture. And so I totally get it, but
Yeah.
being a remote worker, really, it was great, but it ended up shooting me in the foot more ways than I can count.
So you're not offering remote services, HR services? You're only doing in person?
No,
Oh,
so I would rather have a hybrid, or,
Both.
I mean, I could do remote, but I would really like to have it somewhere in the vicinity of where I live, that way, I mean,
So you can still leverage
Yeah.
the 2 states that you're already in
absolutely.
for monetarily right now while you're
Absolutely.
getting to know the city.
Right,
Okay.
and I've been here for 13 years, you would think that,
Wow.
I know, I know. So,
My brother's
I'm
going,
telling
what the
you.
heck?
I wish, and like, sometimes I get so wrapped up with, man, I am not good enough. Or like, like,
We all have those
no one,
self-sabotage.
no one wants to know me, I'm not important.
Takes
Yeah.
time, takes time.
You're incredible.
Yes.
Those are your bad points.
Uh-huh.
Look at that camera right here. We're gonna change this whole narrative
Yes.
of what you're saying right now, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, even in the moment, we're
Yes.
changing this narrative, okay?
Yes.
I want you to look in that camera and encourage our audience. Give them something encouraging and positive and hopeful. Right?
Yes. So I will tell you a little story. I didn't feel really great about myself. And this was years ago. I was married at the time, and it wasn't a great situation. I was really depressed. And I knew that my kids needed more from me. I knew I needed more for myself. And I didn't know how to get out of the hole. So I was praying about it, and I was praying about it, and I was like, I really got to get back into school because I have to do something. And I kept on telling myself, I am so dumb that I wouldn't be able to finish school. And God just led me, and he was like, you're starting school right now. And I was like, okay. So within the week, I was back in school. I was enrolled in school within a week because I was like, okay, now I feel the urgency. And I ended up getting a 4.0. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not dumb. That was just a lie that I was telling myself so that I wouldn't push myself forward.
So are you telling them not to
don't
believe
give
the
up.
lies?
Don't believe the lies.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So if I can help anybody, I just want to be able to help people. That's what
And you will.
that's what I'm called to do.
How can they reach you?
No, she doesn't give out any information, remember?
Oh, you don't.
We were
wanna
not
say?
joking. No, she's not
Oh,
a
really?
business person. She's just a human here,
Oh, okay.
looking for a human resource job that was incredible enough to come and fill in because we
Okay,
needed
got it.
someone.
Okay.
Fist bump?
Sorry, I was ready to launch her.
Aw.
All right.
Shell, look at that camera right there and do the same thing. Encourage our audience and also give them your contact information.
Sure. So I believe that you can do anything you put your mind to. I have done hard things. I have failed at hard things. I've succeeded at hard things. It's all a matter of how much heart you give yourself. And I think that story resonates for almost anyone, whether you had a tough childhood or you've done hard things, joining the military, climbing a mountain, racing thousands of miles across the country, and the coordination effort that requires. We are all capable of doing hard things. It's how much we put our own heart into it, and not keeping up with that negative talk. You can also find me on coseatsllc.com is all of our classes, a bio about me, tons of private information on our private events, and then also COS Eats LLC on Facebook and COS LLC on Instagram.
There we go. Thank you.
Because funny enough, COS Eats, playing by itself, is an Australian tour company.
Oh my.
Don't go there.
Make sure you do LLC.
It's
Okay.
COS Eats LLC.
Okay. Right. Eric, give us the same thing. Would you look at that camera, encourage our audience, and give them some contact information for you?
Sure. So I crossed the finish line of the Race Across America bicycle race when I was 56 years old. And so the message I had to say is age is just a number. You can do whatever you want. I did the race for in here. Okay, it took 7 years from the decision to do the race to the fruition of the goal. Failing twice. Some people will say fail. I'd say listen, learning.
Yes.
I've been in business total of over 30 years. My new little business 5 years. It takes time. Okay, you know, right now we're kind of in an instant gratification throwaway society. I'm saying invest a little bit in yourself, invest a little bit, and be patient. And good things come around by being patient and sticking to your core values. And that's what I've done. And this collaboration that I have with the chef now, I've been doing this for a long, long time. I've never heard of a chef, and she was coming to the market and getting her knife sharpened. I didn't know her until May. And so you can get out there and just keep the passion going and keep sticking with it. There'll be some high times, some low times. Sometimes when you're on the side of the road and ready to quit, like I was in Race Across America, and the team I built came around me and lifted me up and believed me more than I believed myself. Then I continue on to be the only person in the Springs area to finish the race.
And how did they reach you, my friend? Because
They-
our time is waning. I'm sorry.
ErikTheBlade.com, my website, Erik the Blade, Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Indeed. Reach out to Erik. He's in a unique space that you need to know about.
Yes.
And give him an opportunity to come and show the incredible work that he's doing. We're so thankful for you coming on today. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Lauren?
Well, what I have to say for the community is that reach out, ask for help. Sometimes you don't believe in yourself and you need people to reinforce what's actually happening in order for you to achieve your goals. There are good people in this community who care deeply about your success. Don't be afraid to hold yourself back and reach out. You can reach us at Clarity for Your Chaos, FOR, at Instagram, Facebook, www. And if you want to give us a call, 719-660-0678. Reach out.
Reach out to her. Clarity for Your Chaos. Yeah, that name just resonates,
Yes.
right? You know, Lauren and I, real quickly before we end the show, we're just talking the other day. Can I share something you shared with me?
Sure.
Yeah, total transparency, I was Lauren's coach for quite a long time, and it just warmed my heart as a dad that you said, you know, what you told me, I didn't see myself, but there would be a myriad of men lining up to date you once you get through this process that you're going. And now she has one of the most incredible men in her life. I just love him. He's the one, I mean, just totally changed who you are and your aspect and the way you look at life. So I'm so proud of you, my friend.
Thanks.
Yeah. Frank Sinclair and
Lisa's in it.
Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa. Thank you for being a part of our show today. Thank you all for coming in and being so gracious and amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got another show coming on, so we'll end it.
All right.
Bye.
And done. So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales?
Well, welcome back, everyone.
Yes, welcome to the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa.
And I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa. There's that. I wonder if they wonder. We identify as Frank and Lisa. Sorry, I won't go there. Okay. We have an amazing panel of guests today. Right.
No, one day she did say that she was Frank and I was
I
Lisa.
did screw up.
She said that.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm Frank and
Lisa.
because Lisa. That was funny.
You know,
I didn't
listen.
even notice it when I said it too. And then his face, I'm like, oh.
Surprise!
Yeah, I'm gonna turn
Changing roles today.
Yeah, you already
Change
did.
the clothes.
Yeah, or just swap the glasses.
Yes.
You know, guys, we just had an amazing show of 4 incredible humans, and glad that you guys would join us today to give us an opportunity to infuse open encouragement into community through your stories, your life, and the great things that you are doing in our community as well. Our reach is potentially 45,000 every week and growing. And we also, you can visit us, our website, beencouraged.net, to become a sponsor. We'll throw that out for free. We have the incredible Joshua Geary, who we'll introduce you to a little bit later, sitting over in the corner. He's our platinum sponsor and just such an incredible ball. And Q.
Yes.
I love that, yeah. Sitting at the engineering table and helping to produce our show as well. Great human beings doing great things. So, introduce these humans to us, Lisa.
Yay. Okay. Well, first our panel host, Miss Carol Van Ness.
Isn't that a beautiful name?
Yes. Actually, it's Carolyn Van Ness.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
On point.
Beautiful
Yes.
name for a beautiful woman.
Yes.
Yeah, just roll with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Just bring it on. Just don't stop.
I'll tell you when.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, let's get to the introduction,
Okay,
shall we? Okay. So, Carol is a mother of 3 adult children, 4 step kiddos, and grandmother to 3 beautiful granddaughters. She started a cognitive connection back in 2010 as an alternative to behavioral intervention and cognitive support that did not include pharmaceutical methods. ACC has grown over the years, and she co-founded Disability Connections, a nonprofit foundation in 2019 to overcome financial challenges for those with disabilities that they were facing.
Wow.
Welcome, Carol.
You into that
Thank you.
connecting stuff.
2010, that's about when we met, way
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, I was so much younger and handsomer back then. But you know.
You
I-
have
I just get better with
it.
Right, okay, well, I've known him longer than Eric.
Wasn't I so much handsome?
Absolutely.
Just
Just for Michelle, your wife, right?
He just is whiter. On that.
Yeah.
That's all that's changed with
He's
you.
blacker, but he's whiter.
Not that way. Whatever. You're welcome. Okay. This is why I like him to do the introduction because he doesn't interrupt himself.
This show is too serious.
Just
lighten it up a little bit.
Let's lighten up a little bit here.
Okay, so Kim Randall to my left here, she is a dedicated mother of 3, a retired Army nurse with a distinguished career. After her military service, she founded Kenna Nursing Services, where she provides high-quality nursing care driven by her passion for helping others. She also established the Kenna Foundation, focusing on transforming the lives of individuals living with disabilities.
Oh,
Yeah.
Welcome, Kim.
that bio makes me cry.
ChatGPT, I tell you.
I've got some great AI writers over
I
here.
didn't know that was a thing.
You did?
I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm using that sucker every day now. It's like,
It
makes
is
me
fun.
look so
You
good.
take my one-page bio into 3 sentences.
Right, exactly, yeah. I had to do that, we were emceeing the event for the Joe Hendrum Awards, and that man did amazing. I mean, I had a whole page, And Frank's like, I don't want to do it, you do it. And I'm like, oh, great. So I'm like, let me go to ChatGPT. So I went on there and I said, please narrow this down into 2 paragraphs. And it totally did it like magic. It was
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It came out so beautiful.
It was, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And his daughter, she's city councilman Nancy Henjum, and she loved it. She's like, I'm impressed with how you did that. And I'm like, ChatGPT. She's like, really? I'm like, yes. So,
We're smarter, not harder.
yes, exactly. Okay, next to Kim here is, I couldn't get through this, gosh. Sabrina May. Hello, darling. Are you from the South?
That's a beautiful
No,
name.
I'm not.
That
I'm
sounds
actually
very
a Colorado native.
Okay, yeah, Sabrina May.
Why did you ask if she was from the South?
It just sounds
Yeah,
very
Southern
southern.
name.
I get that
Oh.
question. Sabrina May.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Or what's your last name? Like, May.
What's your middle name?
Dawn.
Share a middle
I thought you were gonna say May.
May.
That'd be funny.
May.
How do you spell that? M-A-E?
May.
No, the middle name, M-A-E.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So Sabrina, she is a mother of a disabled child. She works for Pasco Agency and is very involved in disability legislation and bringing together a community of inclusion. Welcome.
Way to keep that short.
Yes.
Look how you
I
rock
love
that. Yeah.
She read
Yeah,
the
someone that
Carol
follows.
And last but certainly not least, we have Miss Lindsay Wilden. She is a personal trainer and has lived her life dedicated to health and wellness. She currently works as a personal trainer at Lifetime Fitness. Oh, I haven't seen you there.
I'm a group fitness instructor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Which
Cycling.
class? The
Cycling, barbell, WTRX, pretty much everything but yoga and Zumba.
The things I haven't done.
She does the hard stuff.
Yeah. Okay. She is developing a program, collaborating with other trainers and health professionals in the area to provide physical wellness to all.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to see you all the time.
I know, yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
There's
What
only
time of
one
day do you normally
Lifetime?
go?
Oh, it varies.
Okay,
Yeah.
same with me.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
My schedule's wonky.
I totally get that.
Wonky.
Yes, it is, to say the least.
Carol Van Ness, we'll start with you. So tell us, people just don't fall off a turnip truck and end up doing the things that they do. So give us a truncated or a summary of what led you into the space that you're in right now.
Oh, geez. Well, you've heard of the term grow where you're planted,
Yes.
right? Okay, well, I've been planted, I think, in various positions and circumstances in my life where, nothing happens circumstantially, right? Okay, so I became a mother early in life,
How early?
or very early at 21, and
Oh, that's not early.
it is to me.
Early.
I didn't have any experience, and I just, I started going to school and learning about child psychology and just growing as a parent and learning about how the brain affects behavior, and I just became passionate about it. And I just.
But there's something, you're skipping something.
Well.
So I'm gonna continue to dig here.
Okay.
Because you know what, these are things that connect our community to us.
Yes.
Why though, Carolyn, of all the things you could have done, that you became fascinated by the brain?
Well, I gave birth to a son who had he had the cord wrapped around his neck, and he had low oxygen to his brain. So, I needed to know how to support that growing up, to help him. He has severe ADHD, and he was getting kicked out of daycares and preschools, and he was just, his behaviors were just so erratic, I would say, right? And so to become his best advocate, that's why I wanted to learn more about it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how.
That's a story that resonates,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people want to know that because they want to know where the connectors are,
Yeah.
right? what
So,
connects me to this passion
Yeah.
that I've formed.
Mhm.
Yeah. So thank you for letting me do it.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You're,
So I've just grown from just that seed,
uh-huh.
you know, and, you know, my bachelor's is in child psychology, my master's is in special education, I'm a PhD candidate, all but dissertation,
Mhm.
in developmental psychology, just finding ways to help support not only kiddos, but adults and seniors with brain-related dysfunction.
she was able to help my mom who passed from cancer. She actually, I didn't know she knew my mom, and when you first started your business, she didn't have a brick and mortar yet. And I
Out of the
didn't
trunk
even
of my
know
car.
that. Yes. And then she surprised me a couple weeks ago at VetNet with a drawing that my mom did. And I know it's in my office. And it's so special. I mean, it's just beautiful what you do. Thank you. I mean, I'm just so, thank you.
Oh my.
It's just so beautiful, and there is, yeah, I love what you
It's a
do.
connection.
It is definitely a connection.
That's why I do what
It's
I
a
do.
cognitive connection.
Yeah.
It makes a difference, it does, like,
It does.
plays on words like that
Yes.
mean a lot, especially when you find out things like that.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow, that was worth the price of admission.
I made her cry. It's okay, I'll make friends.
Only time I make her cry is when she's laughing so hard.
Yes.
So, yeah, so seeing that, wow, thank you for what you did. We'll dial back into that in a moment. Young lady, thanks for being here.
Of course, thank you for inviting me, Carol.
Yeah.
Side
I know
story.
Lindsay since she was little.
Yeah, decades.
Since
We know
you
each
were
other.
a baby? Yes.
Pretty much. And when your kids were babies, well, not real babies, but yeah, we used to coach her kids in competitive drum roping. And I did that for, like almost 20 years. I competed and
That is fun.
yeah,
You did
I was
it?
on America's Got Talent. I've been on ESPN.
You were on that?
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's, so like my love of fitness and movement started, I started when I was 9. And then, of course, like I went to UCCS and wanted to work with athletes and got into health promotion there. But then athletes, and I say this because like I fully admit it, they're selfish and they're difficult and so
arrogant, and we can go on.
So I ended up shifting from working with athletes to, our general population and special populations, people with disabilities. I'm, working a lot with people who are visually impaired right now. Or, just like the weekend warriors or, people that are sitting at a desk all day or electricians who are working with their hands overhead. I wanted to focus on helping, them feel better. I want people to, sometimes you don't know what it's like to feel good. And we just have our norm of like, oh, I wake up with back pain and it is what it is. But, I really want to, provide education and support so that people can feel better.
Yeah. But you have beautiful hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just,
I
yeah. I see your lips moving, but I'm fixated on your
her
hair.
hair is just.
I am 3 classes deep already. I taught 3 classes at nighttime this morning, and I was like, dry shampoo, like please, I thank you. I was hoping it would stay.
Are you Hawaiian?
No, I'm a Navajo.
Okay.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Fully Navajo?
50%.
50% Navajo.
My dad is, German, Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did that seed, Carol framed it very well, talking about the seed that was planted that created this passion for brain work. Where's the seed planted in you for fitness?
My dad. So we used to, at the rec center where we grew up in Falcon, he used to go and lift weights every day before work. He worked overnight, so he would go, in the afternoon, and I was getting out of school, and I was like, I want to go with you, and I would kind of hang out with him there, and always trying new sports, like that was just kind of my thing, but jump rope was the only thing that was just so unique and so progressive, it's a very new sport still. And I just loved how, different it was. And that's kind of where, my seed planted. And then from there, it's like, nutrition and then stress management and, understanding how, to sleep, like, better sleep habits so you can, function.
You can become a millionaire just on that.
Yeah, help her sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that alone.
Focus on helping somebody sleep.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, it all started with my dad, and then my parents were just so supportive in everything I wanted to try, and then especially with jump rope. And
Was he a bodybuilder?
his mind. In his mind.
Oh, he was.
Okay, yes.
Not in his body, but in his mind. So am I.
You identify as a body.
Identify as a bodybuilder.
No, he's pretty fit, but he never, competed. So I think when he was training, he was like visualizing it,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I did my master's in exercise and nutrition science in Florida, and then also started my PhD in psychology. But with COVID, there was just the craziness going on, so that got put on pause. But as far as my psychology goes, it was more sports psychology and behavior change. Is where my focus is.
I'll have to bring video of the kids jump roping and their
Yes, I
competitions.
would love to see
They
that.
went all over the country.
Oh my God, I was about to say, I think I have my jump rope in my car, but I took it out because I'm leaving on vacation tomorrow. So
Do you know like all the songs to the jumps and all that,
so
like back in the day?
No.
That's too old
That's
school
not
for
what
you?
we're talking about. You will be amazed.
I have a little
You
video.
know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking
Well, it's double dutch.
The double
It's a double
dutch.
dutch.
Yeah.
There's a very, quite contrary, and then you
I grew up in Oakland though, so mine is
Cute.
a little bit more.
Much more. It's much more involved.
She's having one.
You
okay?
I went back to
Oh,
Oakland.
you did?
Yes.
Yeah. Flashbacks.
On the
huh?
streets of Oakland, let's go. I used to do that mess, but there wasn't competition or anything back then.
Yes, it was.
Was there? Oh, I just didn't know.
You
Well,
were
that's because I was in
competing
the
against the
hood.
hood.
Yeah, that's
It's always competition when it's in the hood. What you talking about? Hi.
Hi, Frank.
Kim, did you miss us?
Yes,
It's been a
absolutely.
long
You guys are so
time.
right? Oh my goodness.
But you since got married, like what?
Yeah.
Crazy life.
Yeah. Love your husband. Good man.
You remember when you saw him the first time?
Yeah, I didn't like him.
I know.
Derek?
He literally, so I came to VetNet,
Yeah.
Tim's old location,
Yep.
and Derek was sitting here, I was sitting here, and Frank literally came and sat right between us.
Oh.
It was like, you guys look a little too close to be just friends.
Oh.
So, in all fairness, Frank has seen me across, 3 marriages now? So crazy, so it's almost like dad.
Yes. Yes.
I was feeling
What are you doing?
I was
Yeah.
feeling.
Good for you for doing that, Frank.
I love Kim. Yeah, first time. Tell us about what created this space for you.
Yeah, so as Frank knows, I had a daughter, her name was McKenna, and she was born with severe disabilities known as Holocaust encephalus. And nursing was never in my mind. Never once. I was the tomboy kid that played Army in the Woods. Never thought I'd be a nurse.
Yeah.
But as you soon find out, that you drink from a fire hose really fast. I'm just trying to figure out the connections, and so I decided to become a nurse. So
Yeah.
that started a long road.
Yeah. And Kenna, we lost her how long ago?
It is almost 14 years ago.
Yeah.
July 15th, will be 14 years.
Yeah. I remember hugging that baby and her, she liked me.
Oh, the kids love you.
Yeah, well, McKenna loves everyone.
She loved everyone. Darn it, I thought it was just me. Yes, totally jacked up my illusion. Pain creates purpose, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right, right. We're seeing it as these stories are unfolding with us today. Those things that, So you're an enlisted person and became an officer in the military. And...
Yes. So I started as a cook, and I went into the military just to get healthcare for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That was my initial role, and then had that passion to become a nurse. And so with nursing comes being an officer. You don't really get a choice.
Yeah.
So I always say, I would never wanted to turn to the dark side, but I came with it. Didn't really have that choice.
Your check was bigger.
Little cutie pay they give us in Delta. No, I'm just kidding. I got paid very well. I did. Yep, and yeah, and so went on, got my nursing degree, and decided that after moving here to Colorado and just kind of the struggles that we face with my daughter, finding resources and different things, that I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And so that is
And
kind of
Kenna is your answer.
Kenna was my answer. Yeah.
Wow. Sabrina May, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You're so amazing.
Oh,
You know
thank
that,
you.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
I love you also.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
Being able to see you in community, I thought it was something I said.
Oh, no,
Okay.
honestly.
Something she said.
No, well, like we're talking about, it's seeds, right? So like, kids always come first, and unfortunately, my kiddo's health is not doing well. So we're trying to figure out what's going on and all of the things, so I just have to shift my time. I'm still here, I haven't gone anywhere.
How old's your baby?
She will be 12 this year.
12
Yeah,
years old.
I actually have two, but
How old's the
Mackenzie
other one?
has, she's 2 years younger, so she'll be 10 this year.
Be 10. Your baby's name Mackenzie?
My oldest is Mackenzie and my youngest is Zoe.
Yeah.
But for medical things, they're just taking a little bit more precedence right now,
Yeah.
so I just have to split my time taking care of
You
that.
kick that guy to the curb?
No.
You married her.
No, actually, we're not.
Oh.
We're actually not married.
I get all kinds of.
That's why they're still together.
Daddy free.
No, Dad is still very much in the picture.
Good.
We're together and living together and helping our kids in the best way that we can, but that's what we have to do.
Is he the dad of your babies? Wow,
We've
you
been
guys been
together
together for.
15 years now.
Good thing I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
I would have been killed that homeboy.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah.
And everything.
You have to ring it or get out. One of the other.
No, I mean, the cards were there, it's just the kids took precedence, so it's like, no, we have to
We're just
focus
messing
on
with
that.
you. You know what you're doing.
Yes.
15 years is longer than
Forcing
most
you.
marriages.
Yeah, forcing, right? Well, there's always the joke, like at weddings, they're like, so who's next? And I look at me and Jonathan. Maybe we'll elope someday, I'll let you all know.
I know him too well.
I'll let you know if you do. Oh, you know him?
You know, Frank can probably officiate.
Yeah, that would,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, you can officiate.
I can officiate. Yeah, I would love to do that for you.
Poor Jonathan, if he ever meets you guys.
I know. He's gonna go.
I know, John.
Does he have a business? We can have him on our show.
Oh, actually, he works for Comcast.
And then Frank could talk him into it.
Yeah. We went to our LinkedIn on air, live podcast with Frank and Lisa.
You got a whole show, I'm holding up my hand like this.
You see this? You know what this means?
Are you married?
No, but we are going on 7.5 years, so I can relate.
Oh, so there's a dude that,
What's that?
there's a dude that you're hanging out with?
Yeah, 7.5 years, long
Seven.
time.
You know?
Sometimes too long.
And if you're watching today, that was not.
I'm so sorry, we did not coach her.
Yeah, we did.
7.25 years too long.
I know your husband.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
How
12,
long you? 12?
gosh, how many years? 10, we got married in 2012, so we'll be coming up 12 years
12
this
years.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my 4 stepkids coming in.
Yeah. My daughter has 4 stepkids.
Uh-huh,
They have an 8 blended.
yeah, little Brady bunch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a lot of babies. Yeah. Pray for you.
More people to love.
I just can't reach you. I feel for you. I can't reach you. Love it. Anyway, let's get back to the conversation. It was
It's
almost.
Carol's turn now, right?
Yeah.
All right, Carol, what over the past 7-ish months has been the biggest pain point for your business and how can you overcome that?
Pain point. Oh gosh. Well, since starting out of the trunk of my car, I've grown a cognitive connection to 2 locations in Colorado. One here in Colorado Springs and in Aurora. And we have dozens of contracted counselors with us and multiple direct care providers providing support out in the community. And this past year, I've taken on the concept of
automation, I guess, you know, trying to get things automated and getting systems in place so that it can be a well-oiled machine. Well, electronic health record systems are so hard to implement. And, you know, when I'm a paper person, you know, I've got my files and I've got my, you know, and just implementing that to try to automate
Going paperless,
yeah. Because, you know, I'm only one person, my staff is only, you know, so limited or whatever, but yeah, trying to get technology on our side for, you know, somebody who's stuck back in the 80s, you know, that's been a big pain point for me, and so trusting.
You know what guy?
You know a guy? Trusting the people and trusting the system and
HIPAA
compliance and all that, you know, and having faith that it will eventually work out.
It is no joke, scaling a business and all the people that are involved in the scale, right? And then suddenly you know, like herding cats and right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And all of those things, so.
I have no problem doing direct care and you know, having programs and doing research and, you know, doing everything that we do.
Yeah.
It's the admin part of it that I'm just like.
It's overwhelming, isn't it? Yeah. So what are you gonna do about that dissertation?
In August, I am planning on going full force, actually.
Into your dissertation? Yeah.
Say it again. I'm just kidding.
You just said it live,
Oh
so
my God.
everyone's gonna hold you to it.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
It's all real fast.
supervising it for you?
So I'm getting my PhD through Walden University. It's
Through
an
Walden,
online program.
so you don't have a.
Yeah, my chair, well, I have to reapply for my chairs because I've taken too much time off and stuff, but they're like in North Carolina and all over the country, so.
Yeah.
But it's just exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah, my last chair advisor told me, you don't have to change the world, Carol. You just have to have, you know, just put in a little bit of something positive to the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought I was supposed to change the world, you know?
Well,
So it was
you
so
can-
overwhelming.
You are in your own
It was
way.
so overwhelming.
Well, your
for me for a
dissertation
while.
is not gonna change the world.
No.
So do it.
Yeah, just
Then
don't
change the world
get
after you get the letter.
Need
Right.
to have- Right.
Then you can teach.
Then you can change the world, right? Yeah. Or you can get a shortcut like I did and just get an honorary.
I know.
That's all you know.
I worked very hard though in my life for someone to recognize that, being honored that way. So, yeah, so I'm very proud of the fact that I have that. Yeah, definitely. So you're awesome. Incredible woman, you. Yeah, and so are you. I know.
Does it near my hair?
Fox.
My hair.
Well, I was gonna go this. I'm gonna do this. Don't get mad at me, okay? Fox Life Wellness is the name of her business.
Yeah.
Because she's a fox.
Oh,
Foxy.
That's great.
I'm a fox and this is my life. It's preventing creating wealth.
Yeah, there you go. Show them in your 30 seconds. Can you slap him?
She ended up calling Michelle.
Oh my God.
Would you slap him, please?
Yes. Hey, Michelle, by the way,
Love you, baby. She knows I love her. I lost where I was. I really did. What's challenging for you right now?
Well, I am very new to creating my own business. This, I would say the most challenging part has been putting myself out there and coming here because it is so new. Like I'm talking like last week I just made my logo new. Thank you. And I've been talking about it for a while with Lisa Bischoff, and you know, she's just been kind of the one that's been encouraging me, you know, to go forward with it. And then her niece works with Carol, and then it all just came together. And so I was like, I just need to just do it. And so I guess like self-doubt, which with, work in like psychology, I'm
We
like,
all
why,
have it.
Don't even try. Don't tell yourself that narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's just human.
Yeah,
gotta
that's
reverse
It
true.
doesn't matter what kind of
Absolutely.
academics that goes into it, right? It's just
No,
human.
absolutely, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say just, committing to it and not wanting to hold myself back and, like I said, just put myself out there. But that's a challenge, I feel like, in itself, something new, change, it's, always nerve-wracking. So I'm appreciative for this opportunity to,
It's perfect timing.
exactly, yes.
Yeah. Get you out there,
Mhm.
right? This community demands that. If
Absolutely.
you do business, it demands that you come front and center.
Mhm.
Yeah, you are your brand,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing
Thank
what
you.
happens.
I wasn't sure if you were interested in how Fox Life Wellness the name came about.
Oh.
Well, now we are.
I just branded you. Why would you want to change that?
New story now.
Yeah. Your boyfriend's
I-
going, why does she have all men clients?
Frank's just taking up all my slides, actually.
Oh my goodness.
I'm living the Fox life.
That's a good hashtag.
I know, that is great.
Yes.
So I had a dog who, I was working at Dutch Brothers just around the corner from here, and this was many years ago. And somebody pulled up and they had a dog curled up in the seat. Well, I thought it was a fox. And I asked them if they had a fox in there, and they said no, but this dog just got thrown out of someone's car and they drove off. So we ran out, this was just downtown, so they ran out and grabbed him.
Oh.
And they're like, well, we can't keep him. So I was like, okay, hold him. And as soon as I held him, it was that instant connection. And so I named him Foxy. And later on, I had my best friend, which we've already had the tears happening, so I'm already feeling like a little choked up already. But she, my best soulmate friend, but she had pulmonary hypertension, so I lost her a couple years ago. But she, because she had that heart issues, she always said, I didn't choose the sloth life chose me. And so Foxy, her and I, Haley, were like a trifecta. We were soulmates. And so one time, I would stay with her in the ICU every time she went in. One time she got out of the ICU and we got margaritas, and she was like, let's get a tattoo. And I was like, of course, let's go. And so I got a sloth, and then on her arm she got a fox. And so I changed from sloth life to fox life to kind of encompass all of us.
That is so
Thank
special.
you.
You need to do that story.
Yeah.
Really.
I just need to get, I talked for the first time, so I do a lot of advocacy for the Pulmonary Hypertension Association, and they invited me to speak last year, and I don't think I breathed the whole time, because that's still so, she passed, going in 2018, one
How
week
old
before my
was she?
birthday. She was 26, she was just short of 27, but she was diagnosed when she was 3, and they didn't think she would live past 12.
So she was a walking miracle.
She was. And her mindset and the way she lived life, so she had open heart surgery, and so she had to live would be an awfully big adventure. That tattoo she got on her back. And so, when she passed, a few of us got that tattooed on us as well. So, but she did. She lived every day like it was an adventure.
Yes.
So awesome.
Yeah.
As we all should.
I know. It's a good reminder.
Yes.
It is a good reminder. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah, that was much better than my narrative.
Yes.
Living the
Fox life. Foxy life.
Living the Fox life.
Living the Fox life.
I'm talking about.
With Miss Lindsay. Let's go.
So what's challenging for you right now, Kim?
What's challenging for me right now, man, wearing all the hats. So we're a newer nonprofit and everybody's volunteers. So trying to herd cats, like you said.
Yes.
And get everybody on the same page and the communication, trying to get people to communicate, doing all that stuff. So, it's been crazy. We've got that gala coming up and,
Tell them when that is.
So we have the Hearts of Hope Gala coming up, and it's going to be on July 20th. 2024.
This year,
Saturday,
July 20th.
July 20th at Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah,
What a great venue.
yeah, it's great. It was there last year. It's really nice.
The views from that
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah.
They are incredible.
That's a day before my birthday.
Oh wow.
Yes.
See,
I
birthday
said
party,
that.
birthday party, come
Happy
on,
July
John.
birthday month for Lisa Lynn.
All right, so you want Johnny to come dance to Michelle Roz's vocals?
Oh,
Yeah, she's coming. Michelle Roz performing.
She's performing.
Yeah, check it
Drunk
out.
and sing.
Yeah, she danced for the crowd.
Yeah. Love you, Michelle.
And it's
Not
the
as
same
much.
day as our event.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
I
you
was
tell
just
them.
We're doing our events on the
And
same
so
exact
tell
day.
her that real quick.
Same day.
So, yeah,
Hers in the
Disability
morning, hers in the night.
Connections is hosting our annual summer concert. We like to, play with music and have fun, but we're incorporating the 5K with it as well, but it's gonna be in the morning, starting at 9
Oh,
a.m.
so do hers.
Yep,
Yes.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
and it's at
And then
Buffalo
yeah,
Lodge
here.
Resort.
Oh, Buffalo Lodge.
Yeah, we're gonna have food
Are you
trucks,
gonna be at
and
Buffalo
we're gonna be
Lodge?
celebrating your birthday.
Absolutely. And then you gotta come to the Heart to Hope Gala after and see if Disability Connections wins, because they're one of our
One of
finalists.
the finalists for the grant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if y'all need MCs,
We
or
do,
is that already
we
covered?
do. I think we already talked to you about that. I think it is on your calendar.
I married an MC.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
He is, so
He
he's,
is good.
yeah, so he's MCing and doing the auction.
But we bring more of a crowd, though. We'll just say that.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody knows your man.
Yeah.
Oh, they will. They don't know where they will.
Not personal, bro, but nobody knows you. It's okay.
I actually have a question for you, but I'll ask you after the show.
Oh, no. Okay. All right, question. So, Sabrina.
That's real serious.
Can't be serious. It's all love. No, it does.
Pasco does great work. What have you found challenging being the family liaison for Pasco in the last year?
I think just trying to help families understand the redesigns that are happening right now at the same time as the endemic that's been bogging down the system of Medicaid as a whole. So I think just encouraging families to stick with it. It will happen. It's a long process, but if you have encouraging people that have been through it like I have, you can always call and be like, where are we on the list and where are we at and where are we at? So I think that that's the biggest hurdle right now is just encouraging families just to stay the course and know that your ticket number will come up. There's a lot of changes and things to understand and moving pieces. So I think for families to know it will happen and to have faith in the system and know that the changes that are coming are for their benefit is where it's at.
Well, tell people what the acronym PASCO stands for.
Personal Assistance Services of Colorado.
Personal Assistance Program
Services.
Services of Colorado.
Yep,
right?
so our home base is in Denver. It was started with Barry because he had a disabled child and was like, let's utilize the system. And what Colorado and what our unique Medicaid system offers. A lot of families come here for the services and supports that is unique to Colorado.
Yes.
A lot of other states are following suit, which is part of what I advocate for in legislation, is that it's like, these programs are lifelines for our families. I would not be able to even be here or be a family liaison without the help of Pasco when I found them. I was just a struggling mom.
Yeah.
And it was like, I have not one but two at home. I can't go to work.
Yeah.
I have to be here. It's a 24/7 job. And with my oldest especially, her care is 24/7.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's only so much
she's
of me to go
non-functioning?
around. Well, she is and she is.
Okay.
It's finding these resources that we're discussing so that they can live their best. So once we found Pasco and was like, there's all these resources and all these things that we can utilize and all these programs that help me pay for it or pay me to do it, allows me now to have the opportunities to go and educate other parents and be like, no, there's things to help you thrive. Like, that's the point.
So Pasco was so instrumental in your life that
huge.
you ended up joining the team.
Yeah.
That's
Well, actually, yeah, I'll just never go away. away.
Yeah.
But that's how it was. It starts in Denver was our home base. We're expanding into Colorado Springs. We're expanding into Pueblo. So now that we have an office here in the Springs, my kids through these programs are doing so well that it was just like, no, I want to help others. And so Pasco was like, go do what you already do.
Yes.
And spread.
You're a walking testimony. That's
I
gold
tried,
to them.
I tried. Well, it's just gold.
Right?
It's gold in general in our community.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can reach another, no parent wants to look at their kid and say something to them.
Right.
Right.
Nobody does. So going through that and knowing that there's other people that live it and have been there, and you can have guidance and you can take classes and you can take all of these things to improve not just your life but theirs
Yes.
is huge.
Thank you for what you
Yes.
do. That is so incredible. It really is. You know, Lisa, man, we have such fun bringing in such amazing people in this space, right? That you guys know what we're here for, right?
To be
encouraged.
encouraged.
All the time.
We're encouraging the world.
We encourage each
Yes.
other in the world. I love that.
Encouraging the world. Yeah. Yeah, you can leave it there. I want you to look at that camera right there,
Me?
lady.
Okay.
Yes, you can. And offer some encouragement and hope to people.
Wow. That's a weight. Just know you can get through it. Like, I mean, in 2010 when my, was it 2010? I don't even know anymore.
14 years ago.
Yeah, 14 years ago when my daughter passed. And, you know, it was expected, but it wasn't expected, I guess you could say. And I had a 7 and a 5-year-old, you know, and life just stops. You can't breathe, you know, and I think my faith is huge. So being able to rely on that, but there are people around you that care, and they will surround you in those times and help you through, and then you're up to you. You have a choice. We all have a choice. You can choose to kind of wallow in your sorrow and go to that dark spot, or you can choose to take that pain and help other people. And so helping others and getting your eyes off yourself, I think, is one of the biggest things that really has helped me, and being able to get through that, to heal, and now be able to help other families, you know, and be able to give them that hope that, you know, I really didn't have the opportunity to have all the resources when my daughter was around and I was drowning. And so now to be able to partner with families and say, hey, you're not alone, I can do this for you, and help them through it as well.
And it's McKenna's legacy.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Great.
She lives on
Yes.
through the power of these organizations that you're forming. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Indeed.
Sabrina May.
Oh, my turn? I think
I tried to make like not eye contact with Frank.
Oh, we're going around, ladies. Full circle, encouraging the world.
I would agree with Kim and the rest. Just know that you're not alone. There's hope, there's resources, there's people that have been in your shoes or can at least help try to understand and have compassion for what we're all going through. Just know that there's hope, and find a village. Find a village.
Find a village.
Find a village.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah.
You can't do this alone.
You know what? You can't do anything alone.
You can't do
It's an
anything
illusion
alone.
to think that you can, right?
Yeah.
It is. How did they reach you at Pasco?
How did they find me?
Yeah.
I found them.
No, contact info.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, I found them. We're everywhere. PascoHomeHealth.com is the best place. It has so many resources, events, tabs, information links. We're the founders of the Parent Family CNA program here in Colorado. There's all kinds of resources to Carol's and Kim's and all of the nonprofits that are in town that can help them. There's information on how to navigate and understand waivers, how to get in contact with the Resource Exchange, which is our main hub in order to access Medicaid. We also have our main phone numbers that are there that they can call and talk to somebody. You're also
And who are they that's reaching out to you? Specific people that need to know they need to call Pasco.
if you have a family member, kids or seniors that have a disability that qualify for long-term health or life-limiting cognitive things, help qualify you for the Medicaid waiver programs, and we can help navigate what those are.
Awesome.
Okay,
Well said.
there you go.
I'm like, how do I?
Yeah, just the way you
Like,
did.
there's a lot.
Yeah, we didn't ask you.
Yeah.
Please let people know how to reach you as well.
Yeah, so you can reach me through my website, www.kenna-foundation.org. You can email me at kim@kenna-foundation.org or give me a call, 719-639-8396.
8396.
8396.
All right, so Miss Foxy Lindsay, it's your turn to look at the
All right.
virtual world and give your contact.
Okay, perfect. So I, just to touch on, what we talked about earlier, but the quote that, my soulmate like to live by, to live would be an awfully big adventure. Every day the seconds tick by, no matter what we decide to do with our time. I say that and then workout lasts all the time. But it is, no matter what, the time is gonna go by, so it's up to us to do, something, powerful with, with our lives and with the abilities that we've been given to help others, to be there for other people, to come together and, just to empower our community, our friends, our families. So yeah, that's where I'll leave that. And then you can reach me. LinkedIn is probably the best right now. Lindsay Wheeldon, Lindsey, last name Wheeldon, Wheeldon. And my phone number is 719-352-1015.
1015.
Yeah.
Okay. Reach out to Lindsay. Indeed.
Oh,
Miss
Carolyn.
You're looking at
Carol,
me.
your turn.
All right, Lisa.
It's
her thing.
Yes,
Lisa
it is my
Lynn.
thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have no idea what to say, but I'll just speak from the heart, I guess.
There you go.
So I love what you had said, that you can either choose to stay stuck in your circumstance, or you can thrive from it, I try to encourage people all the time to have hope that your brain can change, that you don't have to be stuck in your situation. You can change your perception, you can change your reactions and everything. Ultimately, you can't change all the people around you, but you are the captain of your own ship, right? And so if you don't like something, then you have that ability. My encouragement to all is just to keep on keeping on. Everything that you guys said was just so powerful. Live your best life, and everything. A cognitive connection is that is who we are. We strive to help those who cannot help themselves find a better way to cope, to live, to perceive things that just they're struggling with. And so, if I could just do a little bit of change in the world, that's my piece. And so I just want to encourage everybody to keep on keeping on.
Keep on.
How can they reach you?
They can, you can reach me in many, many different places. Just yell, hello!
Just walk outside and
Walk
say,
outside,
hey,
Carol! Smoke signals, whatever. But probably, our website, A Cognitive Connection, don't forget the acognitiveconnection.com. We are disabilityconnections.net. And my phone number, 719-233-1199, gets me to my office and my gatekeepers. I don't give my personals to anything, but yeah, that's basically it.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yes, what a great time.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
You're
rich.
unread.
I am unread.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. She turned such a bright. Yeah. One of my missions in life is to make sure that it happens. I have not missed yet.
No, that's true, actually.
Blood flow.
Yes, that's what happens to white
She's
girls.
healthy. She's healthy.
I'm married to one, I know this.
Yes.
Hey, Maya Angelou said, which is one of my favorite quotes, is my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Yes, so living life with all of those spaces makes life much more interesting as we do it together, right, Lisa?
That's right.
Yeah. We're to be encouraged, show with Frank and Lisa here every Monday to entertain you. Hopefully encourage you.
And infuse hope to you.
Indeed, not necessarily in that order, but before we wrap up, let's once again spotlight our sponsors. Crescio, our friend Joshua Aguirre, is passionate about uplifting the Southeast, and when you partner with his company, you'll learn how to automate your sales funnel using tools like ChatGPT. Visit him at Crescio.com to learn more. And Karen Butcher from Westco Insurance, she's my agent.
She's mine too.
And she does incredible work in the insurance space, 24 years, some of the same clients today that she had when she started. Look her up, Karen Butcher at Westco.com. And
we have a question for you guys. Oh, no. Do you guys need more business?
Of course.
Obviously.
Never.
You don't need any more business?
Yeah.
I said there are enough referrals.
Yeah. Well, be sure to visit us.
Everyone but her.
Yeah, everyone but Carolyn. So be sure to visit us at beencouraged.net. And also, there's amazing sponsorship opportunities. When you scroll down, we're super excited. Our sponsorship is growing, isn't it, Frank?
It is growing.
Do you want to talk on that?
Exponentially. I mean, we're calling people and they're saying, yeah, someone aligned with the mission of Hope and Encouragement. Of course, I want my business to be able to stick out, but not only do you align with something that's positive on earth today, you get your business out in front of so many people. There's very few, and I say this as humbly as possible, very few people in this community that have the influence and the reach that Lisa Sennett and I do. So you need to sponsor us so that you can get some clients as well.
That's right. Exactly. And be sure to follow us on Instagram. We're doing lives around the world now. Super excited. Our Instagram handle is Be Encouraged with Frank and Lisa 7. So track us on there, jump on our lives, support all of that initiative traveling around the world virtually. And if you know of a business owner in another country, please introduce us so we can do the lives with them.
Yeah, we've been in 8 countries so far, and we continue to reach people across because the message of hope and encouragement and people connect and resonates everywhere. In every language.
Yes.
At every time,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So thanks for being with us on Monday. Lisa, you are incredible.
So are you, sir.
Those are your bad things. Yeah, she's an amazing co-host. She's doing such great things around community. Look her up at innovatesuccess.com. She's the Chief Resilience Officer in Colorado. She's ready to come to your company and talk about how you can become more resilient in space and do better work and connect better with the people around you.
So you want to hang out with him?
Right?
It's so amazing. I'm like, keep going, Frank. And be sure to get Frank's books. He's got 3 books on Amazon. And check out him on his website with all of his offerings at dreamagainllc.com.
Indeed. We'll see you next week. You guys are amazing. You guys are
yes.
amazing. Yeah, we so appreciate you. Have a great Monday.
Bye.
Bye.